You need to do this before your trip to Japan. Hi, I'm Nathan and welcome to Ninja Monkey, the place for all things related to Japan. Things are always changing, and here at Ninja Monkey, I hope to make your trip just a little bit easier by giving you handy guides and tips too. So here's my guide to a quick and easy entry into the country using the Visit Japan web that will help you zip through quarantine, immigration, and custom procedures and make your trip through the airport a lot easier. In my opinion, this is certainly a must-do before entering Japan. Firstly, it's quite important to note that it is not a requirement to register and complete the fast-track procedures, but as someone who has been through the process, I strongly recommend that you do, as it will make getting through the airport a lot easier and faster to actually get into the country. Team, I'm always back and forth in and out of Japan, so I thought it would be great to go through all the procedures of the Visit Japan web together. And if this is the type of content that you are enjoying and that you're finding useful, how about becoming part of the team, subscribing to keep up to date with the latest travel-related content. So to start with, you will need the following info and documentations to make the process smoother. Date and arrival into Japan, airline and flight numbers, accommodation address and telephone numbers, plus the Chome number, which is the number that represents the district name and the block number and is usually divided with dashes, a photo of your passport information page, and digital versions of your vaccine certificates. The first thing that you need to do is go to Visit Japan website and register for a new account by agreeing to the terms of use and the privacy policy, entering your email address and creating a password and proving that you are a human. I had to prove that I was human. I'm a human, by the way. You will receive a verification code via email and then you'll be able to log in. It really is quite simple. Once logged in, simply provide your details and answer a few questions about yourself and enter your passport information. It really is quite easy to do up to now. You'll also be able to register family members too, but I'll be skipping this because I am traveling solo. Once you've entered personal information and that of your family members traveling with you, create a new registration and give your trip a name. I called mine Tokyo, because I'm going to Tokyo, by the way. Enter your arrival date, airline and flight numbers, followed by the address of the accommodation that you'll be staying at. And if it's a hotel, include the hotel name. It really is super simple up to now. Head over to the entry return procedures and you'll now be able to enter details and register for quarantine procedures, immigration clearance and custom declarations. Let's start with quarantine procedures as it's the one with the most steps to complete. To start with, the screen will be red and our aim is actually for it to become blue and provide a QR code to be used when we arrive in Japan. Each step needs to be done in order, starting with registering your passport. You will need to either take a photo of your passport photo page or have one ready to be uploaded. Once it's uploaded, you will receive an email stating that it has been accepted, and it actually only took a few minutes for me, so it was pretty quick. You won't be able to continue to the next step until this is done. Once approved, you will need to verify that the passport details are correct, and that part of the registration will be complete, meaning you can now move on to the questionnaire web section. The questionnaire web section is actually quite easy because it's mostly already filled in for you, and if you don't have a seat number for your flight, you can add this later and continue with the application confirming that your details are correct. You will need to also include the Chome address of your accommodation and specify in more detail what type of accommodation you're staying in, for example a hotel, an apartment, etc. Followed by the date of when you will leave Japan, airport and flight number, and any regions you have traveled to 14 days prior to your entry into Japan. It's very important you include at least one region, and you do not need to include the region of the airport you are simply transiting through if you have a layover, unless you leave the airport and actually enter the country. Then you will need to include this region too. The next section will ask you a number of health questions, and you'll then be able to check the info and submit the form. Next comes registering your vaccination certificate, and this is a biggie. Either choose to submit or not submit the certificate, but you must submit it if you want fast track through the airport though, and fill in the details of your vaccination. If submitting the vaccination certificate, you will need to submit proof of having a booster shot and upload a digital document such as a PDF of your vaccine certificates. Please check with the MOFA website for the latest info for vaccines that are approved in Japan, as more are always being added. If you have a 4th or a 5th or a 6th or a 7th vaccine, then these are currently irrelevant and do not need to be provided. Once this is approved, which should only take a few minutes in my experience, you can move on to the test results certificate section, in which if you meet the correct criteria, it will actually only give you the option to not submit one, as you won't be needing it. Once this is submitted, your quarantine procedures should be complete and the screen should turn from red to blue, yes, and provide a QR code that you will need to save for your travels. The preparation for immigration clearance and the preparation for customs declaration sections are actually really straightforward to complete, as you will simply have to confirm the details that are already submitted and state your home country and city, stay duration, flight number, followed by declaration of questions such as, have you ever been deported from Japan? I hope not. Are you a criminal? Etc. And then you will receive the QR code. The same goes for customs declarations. Once again, confirm the details are correct and add some additional information such as your occupation, your city of departure before arriving in Japan, followed by questions regarding items that you might be bringing into the country. Once completed, you will also receive and have access to the QR code for each of them, which you can save for when you travel. Finally, there is a section that asks questions about travel insurance that will redirect you to help guide you in this area. So there you have it. Hopefully you have been able to follow this guide to help you figure out what you have to do, and seeing me go through this process has put your mind at ease. However, the website actually has a very kawaii and handy chatbot that has been able to answer most of my questions. This is actually hidden at the very bottom of the site. Please note that currently the Visit Japan web is not available as an app, and all procedures will need internet. Therefore, I recommend that you take screenshots of each QR code and take backup printouts just in case you have any issues and cannot connect to the Wi-Fi at the airports. Anyway team, if you found this video useful, then you might want to consider joining the team and subscribing to Team Ninja Monkey for more useful tips and travel related content. And if you want to support the channel, there are various options if you're interested. Top tier patrons receive early access to videos when available and regular postcards. And all patrons get a postcard from me when they sign up. YouTube channel membership is also a great way to show your support during live streams, and one-off donations really help the channel too. PayPal is usually the best way to do so, but a super thanks is also appreciated. And if you don't want to help out financially, then liking, commenting and sharing the video really does help too. Thank you to all of my recent supporters. Help is always at hand. Join the Ninja Monkey Discord server, where you can ask fellow travelers and like-minded people questions and ask for advice. Once again, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and if you have, then prove it by commenting with the monkey emoji, even if you have nothing to say. Like I always say, stay positive team, but COVID negative. Arigatou gozaimasu. Gracias. Thanks. Bye. So you're watching this video, which means that you're probably landing in one of Tokyo's airports, so maybe this video is perfect for you. Check it out, watch it.